Hey everybody, it's Sandra here from Plant Rich Sandra. It's been a while since I've made a video, but I had something I wanted to say today, so I thought I would hop on and make a video today. Thank y'all for joining me. So today is August 18th, 2018, and I'm in Ozark, Alabama, and we had a family reunion up here today. So I took a personal day yesterday to drive up and visited with my cousin Holly on the way. And then today at the reunion, and then tomorrow I'm going to drive home. So I had the 3 days that I left pretty early yesterday morning, so I had these 3 days that I needed to plan food for. And I am currently back trying my intermittent fasting again, but I'm doing it in the morning. Between 4:30 and 9:30 in the morning is when I'm doing my eating. That's my eating window. And so I have a little pattern that when I'm at home that I've been following, but I had to compromise it. I had to adapt it a little bit for this trip because I didn't want to bring my Ninja Fit or have my Ninja, of course, my big Ninja, with me on this trip. I didn't want to be waking up my neighbors in the rooms next to me, left and right, by hitting the Ninja, at 4:30 in the morning to make my beloved smoothie. So I instead am trying something different just for these 2 days, this morning and tomorrow morning, and then I'll be back home by Monday morning, wake up in my own home, and I will be back to 2 smoothies rather than what I'm about to show you right now. Okay, so first of all, what I've been trying to do is to eat something at 4:30 and then again something at 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, and between 7:30 and 9:30 is when I wrap it up and try to be done, take my last bite by 9:30 in the morning, and then I do not eat again until 4:30 the next morning. So I am drinking herbal tea in the evenings, afternoon evenings. They help me a lot to not head back to the kitchen to eat, or just water, but mostly herbal tea. I sit down and it's kind of comforting. But that's the first thing I wanted to mention right now. And if anybody out there watching this has any definitive data, any feedback you could give me, I would really appreciate it. My question is, what exactly is acceptable to eat, to drink? What kind of herbal tea is acceptable to drink when you are intermittent fasting during your fasting window? What beverages will not set off digestion? And I know that black coffee will not. But what kind of teas can I drink? Do I just have to drink green leaf tea and black tea? Or I wanted to ask about these things. So I'm going to come down here and show you. Here's some things that I brought with me. And I don't know. I doubt very seriously that this is acceptable. I imagine that there are things in that will set off digestion. Okay, so like something like this, the Tazo sweet cinnamon spice, I think that might be okay. Would this be okay? Cucumber white? I don't know. This one has ginger root in it, organic spicy ginger. These have orange in them. I love these so much. This is something that they serve at Denny's as their herbal tea at Denny's, and you can get it. You can't get it in stores to my knowledge, but you can get it on Amazon. This Tazo Wild Sweet Orange is really good. Are these okay? The chai, I figured that I don't know, is the chai okay? This is the classic, and then this is the chai Tazo Organic. Okay, here's elderberry tea from Buddha Teas. I love Buddha Teas. And then here is the passion flower tea. Okay, I doubt very seriously that this one is okay, but I just don't know. So my question is, can anybody out there tell me definitively if any of those are okay? They're not your basic green tea, black tea, would those be okay during the fasting window? And also, can anybody tell me if water with 1 lemon in it, with the juice of 1 lemon in a big glass of water, is that okay? I'm thinking no, but I don't know. So I want a real answer, okay? Not just conjecture, but a real answer based on data. I haven't found any data on this. Okay, so now, in the morning, at home, the first thing I've been doing, sorry I don't have it to show you here, is to make my beloved fruit smoothie, which I was drinking in the afternoons, But now with this window, I'm drinking them first thing in the morning when I wake up, when I'm relaxed and I feel good. And at home, what I do is I put one frozen banana. Well, I start with one cup of plant milk with a dollop of vanilla extract, and then I put a serving of either cacao powder or the PB2, which I know is a bit processed. I put that in there, and I blend it with one banana, large, or two small frozen bananas. Okay, but once I see if I have any room left over in the small Ninja cup, then I add some frozen dark sweet cherries in there. They are really, you wouldn't think they'd be good with peanut butter, but they really are with the PB2. They're really good. So that's what I have at home. But here, since I didn't bring my Ninja with me, I am having just one regular banana, one orange, and one apple in the morning. But I'm also having my berries, which I normally eat that separately too. So I'm eating one. This is a dry pint of berries. This is for tomorrow morning, for Sunday morning. So I'm going to have the berries. So at 4:30, I have all of that. At 5:30, I will have my vegetable soup. So this is the one for tomorrow morning. This one mainly has garam masala, is the main flavoring in it. And in that, I'm going to add, which I pre-ground yesterday morning before I left the house. This is 1 tablespoon of a combination of flax seeds and chia seeds, raw, and flax and chia seeds that I ground, and I will put that into my soup in the morning. So that is going to be at 5:30 in the morning. And then at 6:30, I'm going to have probably this, which this refrigerator here in this hotel froze it a little bit, but this is a whole crap ton of leafies. I would prefer to have some kale, but I don't have any kale in there. I couldn't find any at Walmart. So this is spinach and 1 whole head of romaine. See, it was frozen in there, so it's looking kind of bad, but I'm going to eat it anyway in the morning. And underneath it is some spring mix, I believe. So I'm going to have that at like 6:30 in the morning. And then I will also, I almost forgot. I knew I was forgetting something. This is teff. This is a whole grain. I cook it at home, 8 servings at a time in my small Instant Pot. And so teff is kind of like grits with an attitude. And so that makes, this is 1 serving, but it's a lot. And that's going to be heated up and put into my soup at 5:30. It's very, very filling like that. Okay, and so then also I believe around 7:30, this is 1 cup of beans. This is probably black beans, but it doesn't matter. I just cook them in my large Instant Pot at like 9-10 servings at a time in my large Instant Pot. And then I freeze them in these Rubbermaid containers, which I think are awesome. So that'll be back in the refrigerator. That's tomorrow. And then this, and I wanted to show you what it looks like, but I can't open it. Basically, it looks like, okay, I'm just going to set this down. Please pardon me. I'm going to set this down. You're going to look at the ceiling for a minute here, because I do want you to see this. As you're looking at my arm here. Okay, here we go. All right. So, oh, by the way, I love these containers. This brand is called Tal, and I found these at Walmart, and they come in at least 3 different sizes. This one is a 12 ounce. And so what you see in here, can you see? Where is it? There it is. Okay, can you see that? That is only 2 things. I made 3 of them yesterday morning. That is purple onion and some Roma tomatoes. And I blended, and that's my way of getting in my raw onion every day. My daily raw onion is by blending it with tomato, and I don't taste it. Now, yes, I could add cilantro to that. I could toss in some other dry seasonings to that, but I keep it simple. I like it like that. So I keep it very simple. I just put those 2 ingredients in there, and I will spoon that out and eat that in the morning at some point. I also have my supplements here, which I use the Dr. Furman's DHA EPA, and then I have a little vitamin D, a D3 here, and my probiotic is here. Dr. Furman's probiotic, and then my Dr. Furman's daily multivitamin, women's multivitamin. So that's going to be in the morning. And then over here, these are the rest of my raw veggies, and it is a lot, and I cannot finish all of that. I never do finish all of that. But it's just, I just brought a bunch with me, and I actually have 2 other containers just like that I brought yesterday morning. I ate on that in the car, and then this morning here in the hotel, I munched on another one that's in this cooler right here. And so it's everything in there. There's broccoli, red, yellow, orange bell pepper. This is called long squash. I absolutely love it. And cucumber, and there's some cauliflower down in there. And I have some parsley in there, and I have celery, and carrot sticks are in there somewhere, and yellow squash and zucchini, like I said. So that is the final thing that I eat. I believe that's everything. Yeah, in the course of the morning, the 5 hours. And so at the end of the 5 hours, I am completely stuffed. I am completely stuffed. And so I wake up with I'm getting to the point, where I'm getting more of a flat stomach right now. But after 5 hours of eating all of that, then I no longer have a flat stomach. I know in my heart that it's all really good for me, and I know that by the next morning it will have all gone through me, sorry to be so graphic, and I'll be back to a flat stomach. But I have to go through the day, feeling like I look pregnant, and feeling like, what's all this been for, when I'm still feel like I'm, have a big stomach here, which has been an issue emotionally for me all this time, just looking my whole life like I'm pregnant. But so that's the one thing that I'm not happy with as far as this morning time of intermittent fasting is. But I like not going through the day really hungry. The upside is that if I get to eat all of that, especially all the vegetables, then I'm not hungry again, and I don't get hungry until like 6 p.m. Today, I didn't get to eat as many of the raw vegetables because I had to go, but so I was a little bit hungrier come like 3 o'clock. I was starting to get a little hungry, but I'm still trying to power on through till I go to bed at 9 and not eat anything. I am going to have some tea, probably more than 1 cup here. But the other downside I want to mention, and this doesn't happen to me when I'm eating Dr. Furman's 6-week plan, 3 meals a day, this never happens to me, is thirst. Because everything I eat, because that's basically what I eat on a 6-week plan, but I almost forgot, the nuts, 1 ounce of regular, just raw and unsalted nuts, and there's a whole variety in there, and I will make sure that I eat some of those when I eat this, and then especially when I'm eating the raw vegetables, because if you have fat in your system, then your body is able to pull the nutrients out of the vegetables easier so that your body can utilize them. If you're eating low fat or no fat, your body is not making as much good use of the nutrients in the vegetables. So that my ounce, most people turn this into a wonderful dressing, a nutritarian dressing, a compliant dressing. But I just like them like this, and I munch on them a little bit along and along while I'm eating that, and especially while I am eating the raw vegetables. That's just the way I do it. Okay, so I think I've mentioned everything now. But anyway, back to the thirst thing. I noticed pretty much right away after I do this, within 3 hours of ending my eating window, I start getting thirsty. And last week it was a problem one day, Thursday at school, where I just happened to have a cup of water in my mini fridge in my classroom, because the day before I thought maybe I'll have a cup of tea after work, after school's out this afternoon. And I never did have the tea. Well, when I was doing the fasting, and then around just after lunch, I started getting super thirsty, and I did not have an opportunity to go get any more water. And so I had that 1 cup of water that I nursed, and I'm like, oh my God, my water's almost gone. And I struggled to make it through until 3:35 when the day was over. because I was voraciously thirsty. So yesterday when I drove up here, I stopped eating, around 10 or whatever, and by 2 o'clock, I started feeling thirsty, and I literally had to stop 3 times to get bottles of water on my drive the rest of my way from Quitman to Ozark. I had to stop and buy bottles of water, and of course go to the bathroom because I was drinking so much water, because I was so incredibly thirsty. So that is another, I don't want to call it a downside, but it is a bit of an aggravation to, after 2.5 years of never feeling thirsty, being on regular Nutritarian 3 meals a day plan, and now suddenly I'm thirsty again like I used to be before I started, before I became a Nutritarian, and I was either pre-diabetic or had become diabetic, I don't know, but I was thirsty all the time, and now I'm having flashbacks to that of always being thirsty, and I don't like it. But the benefits of intermittent fasting are making it worth it for me to try it, because I am losing weight again. It's starting to come off again, and this morning I had put a couple pounds back on from when I had hit my lowest of 129.6. But as of yesterday morning before I left the house, and mind you, this is weighing at 4:30 in the morning, when you just wake up, and so you always get a little bit lower. If you wait till like 7, it's a little bit lower, but I've been weighing at 4:30, and it was 130.6 or 130.4 yesterday morning, before I left the house. So the weight is coming back off now, and I want to keep going, and I want to keep it up at a good speed, and I want to get down to 120, as healthy as possible, but as fast as possible. I don't want to be dragging my feet about this. So if intermittent fasting is going to help me get to 120 faster, but still in a healthy way, which it is, then I'm willing to try that. I'm gonna give this a shot. This afternoon, I'm hungry. I'm hungry right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it is 4:41 Ozark time, so 5:41. So it's still several hours before 9 o'clock before I go to bed. So I hope I make it through this. I'm going to really try hard to not have anything but water and those teas right there. And I'm doing schoolwork this afternoon, so that's no fun. And that's not going to take my mind off of me being hungry, but I'm just going to do the best I can. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say this afternoon. Again, thank you for watching. And if you have any questions at all about what's going on, please feel free to comment below. If this helped you in any way, please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And everybody have a good afternoon, and we'll talk to you again hopefully soon. Okay, bye.